So later today, let's see, in about 3 hours or so, 3 hours and 20 minutes, I'm gonna have a guy come over who runs a virtual assistant business. So he's got all these VAs who will do all sorts of work for you. And we're gonna talk about using these VAs to book gigs for speakers, to get you guys on stages. And earlier today, I also had a call with the Speak Pro Academy members, and one of the members, he has a VA, and he was wondering, well, he was asking like, what exactly should he have his VA do? So when you have someone who's working for you, what exactly should they do to actually book gigs for you? Now, the way the system works in terms of actually finding and contacting events, in terms of Event Finder, is I always tell people to split it up. So you want to split up how you find the events and split up how you contact the events. So what we're going to do with the VAs, and what you want to do if you have someone working for you, is there's a couple things. There's finding the events, finding the email addresses of those events, and then contacting those events with the first email. Then when they respond, you now pitch them with a second email. And so there's all these steps. And what you want to do is, in the beginning, you want to essentially find the events. So you're spending all your time just looking online and looking through different ways in order to actually find the events. You build up a prospecting list inside of your CRM. After that, you send that prospecting list, you export it into a CSV file, you send that list over to your VA. The VA, what they do is they go through that list and they go and find the contact information. So they basically say, all right, here's the website, let me go look for the email address. Or if you want to call them, they look for the phone number or something. So they find the contact information. Now, in Event Finder, there's an email where you send out email number 1. So you have this sequence, right? In email number 1, it's pretty much the same email over and over again. A couple things change, but it's the same email over and over again. And since you don't really need to think about it, you can just have your VA do this for you. So your VA, after they find the email addresses, now they actually contact the event for you with email number 1. Then you're going to get all these responses back. When you get all the responses back, now you need to actually pitch the event. You need to go in there and start talking with them and start following up and all that. But what you want to do is you want to think in terms of, if you're going to give your VA tasks that they have to do to actually get you on stages, then you have to be very clear about what those tasks are, and you just want to split it up in terms of the things that they do. Ultimately, you can have them do everything from the beginning, where they find the events, they find the email, and then they contact the event. But the only way they're going to be able to find the event is if you're very clear about what events they should find, how to go about it. All that is actually laid out inside of Event Finder. So if you don't have Event Finder and you're not getting on stages, then get Event Finder so you can get on stages. Because the systems, the process, it's all inside of there. And now whether you do it or whether you hire somebody else to do it, it's just a matter of implementation at that point. But everything is inside of there. So later on today, in about 3 hours from now, I'm gonna have this meeting and we're gonna walk through the whole sales process with this guy and how he's gonna get these gigs for everybody, how we're gonna use his VAs to get gigs for everybody. But just understand, if you have a VA, then you just got to be very clear about the tasks that you want them to engage in, and just make sure that their main thing is to find the email addresses, and you can have them send email number 1, and then after that you're going to start working with the events, and you're going to start pitching them, you're going to start replying to them, following up, and doing all that stuff. But have your VAs do the beginning part and you close it off. You're the closer, you're the finisher, the guy who hits the game-winning shot. That's what you do. That's how you roll.